Welcome back to WaterparkRanger's Let's Play Pikmin 2! Last episode we entered the Snaggart hole, and what we know, we ran into two different burrowing Snaggarts on this very same sub-level. One of them had a treasure, which was a sausage, though the other one didn't have anything, but ironically, the one that didn't have anything, we defeated it as soon as it appeared, without any trouble or losing any Pikmin. So far, most of my losses in this dungeon have basically been due to stupid things going on. The only legit one that I'm prepared to say could happen in a normal file was that one cloaking Baronet that got the better of one of my Pikmin while I was rambling about sushi. And although I wouldn't normally recommend... Hey, oh, for a second I was like, hey, that red Pikmin it doesn't have a glow, why is it idle? Yeah, idle Pikmin. Wait, is it idle or idle? I forgot. Sometimes I just forget how to pronounce certain words. It's a very odd quirk that I have. Because, strangely enough, like, I'm really good at English classes. I'm in an AP English this year. I mean, I kind of regret sometimes that I took it due to how difficult it is, but, like, I'm good at it, so I figured that I might as well give myself a challenge. But at the same time, I suck at grammar, and I'm horrible at pronouncing things. So how can I speak English? How can I even speak it? I don't understand. Oh well. On to the next floor. This dungeon has so many delicious treasures. You've got that sushi from the last floor, and on this floor we had a sausage. And actually, I'm thinking about cooking some sausages for dinner tonight. I always get these really awesome sausages, and I cook them really well, by the way. I've gotten really good using grilling. And I find it funny that there are actually some, I'm not sure if they do this at high schools, but I know that there are at least some colleges out there that have, clubs devoting to grilling. Like, grilling clubs or whatever. And I'm thinking, I've gotten kind of good. Like, I can cook some pretty good food these days. Just on grill. And maybe boiling some stuff. No, I wouldn't consider myself a chef, just, but I have a good sense of when things are ready to eat. So I guess that's all good and dandy. Also, this episode, wait, not necessarily this episode, but this floor, obviously, as you can tell, is rusty metal. And I kind of don't think that this, fits the theme of the dungeon very well. Like, it doesn't suit Snaggarts that well, in my opinion. It's kind of just here, like, for the sake of them having rusty metal. To be perfectly honest, I don't really like the rusty metal layout that much. It annoys me. Because you've got the whole aspect of being able to throw your Pikmin off the edge. The only place where I like it is a specific dungeon encountered late in the game, which is built around this theme, and there it doesn't seem out of place. But here it kind of does seem out of place. And due to the way that I'm currently recording this and watching it, like... Ugh, I don't like the quality that I'm getting. It's way too pixelated. That being said, I still think that you can enjoy in Let's Play if it's pixelated. I remember that DS Dude 1107's Let's Play was of Twilight Princess was pretty pixelated, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. And later on, the quality kind of gets worse. The best part of it is when they go to Arbiter's Grounds and then they have like two different narrators in addition to him. Wait, narrators? No, I mean like commentators. There's like Vladimir Z and then that red-headed guy. That's probably what he'd like to be referred to as anyway. And here we have an armored cannon beetle larva. These things were a bitch to fight in Glutton's Kitchen, but here they don't have their turret defense. So you could just swarm them like that and defeat them without any problem. Now one will drop from the sky above here, that's why the treasure gauge is going off. I remember this one freaked out Chuck Conroy, but I already knew it was here, so more power to me. As you can see, their HP is pathetic if you just swarm them like right when they're gonna shoot. That's the best time to swarm them. Right when they're about to shoot, just have your Pikmin swarm them, and that's the best thing to do. That was also kind of close to that electric cord right there. And we're picking up a cherry there. I don't know if I mentioned this, but the cherries, there's a two-player battle in this game, and it's actually quite a lot of fun if you get two people who are really good at it. Actually, it's fun no matter what. And whenever you collect a cherry in it, well, cherries are found as like normal items. Whenever you bring like a cherry back to your base, you get to like summon different enemies to help you sometimes, which I always thought was pretty cool. I don't know, maybe later on I might do a special for the two-player battle. Or the challenge mode, because there's so many other things in this game besides the main quest. You got the Piklopedia, but I don't know if I'm actually going to end up showing it. I mean, I ended up showing Pikmin 1's challenge mode, because I thought it was worth showing. But Pikmin 2's challenge mode I don't think is as cool. I don't think it's anywhere near as awesome. Admittedly, you do get two players to go through it, so that is kind of cool. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but Armored Cannon Beetle larvae actually do have more HP when they're in turret form. And by turret form, I mean ones that are specifically programmed to emerge from the ground and then shoot rocks at you from a specific point on the floor. those ones have a lot more HP in defense. So when you're fighting ones that are just walking around like this, they have a lot less HP. It's an odd thing I know, but I only know it because of my HP measuring thing. And I think I mentioned that back in the Glutton's Kitchen, actually. But it can't help to restate it. And here we are, another rusty metal floor, sublevel 5. Oh, this is a pretty big floor, actually. It's bigger than the last, and introduces an all-new enemy, which is very rare. The theme of this floor is you've got these dwarf orange bulbors falling from above, and your treasure gauge is flipping out. You can't even tell, like, what it's telling you. The reason why is because as long as an Ant-enna beetle is alive on the floor, your treasure gauge won't work. It won't be able to tell you where treasure is. So, just defeat it when it appears by swarming it. Though normally I would recommend throwing purple Pikmin at it, because they can stun it and then you can defeat it really easily. But if your Pikmin get caught in its range, they'll follow it around, and sometimes they'll just follow it into swarms of enemies, or when it jumps away it'll kick them off the edge, or they could be led into water if there's water on the floor. So, and of course they won't obey any of your instructions when they're under the influence of the creature's whistle. And this enemy is just so annoying because every time it just jumps away when you're ever trying to fight it. So I might recommend using either a bitter spray or purples on it due to just how annoying this enemy can be. Ugh. Actually, come to think of it, there is probably an easier way of fighting it, but I probably just don't remember how. I might remember later on. Anyway, after you defeat it, your treasure gauge returns to normal, and this particular Ant-enna beetle also ironically drops a whistle as a treasure. Which is kind of cool. It's like it was using that to whistle your Pikmin. That's not the case. That's not the case, though. And like I said, Ant-enna beetles are actually really rare. I, for one, am surprised that these things don't appear more often than they do. It only appears here in the Snaggart Hole, and then in the final 2 dungeons of the game, it appears then, too. And now that it's been defeated, you can tell that there's actually one more treasure on this floor. Now, the reason that you want to defeat it is because you know those dwarf orange bulborbs that have been dropping from above? Well, one of those random dwarf orange bulborbs actually holds the other treasure. Which is kind of ironic. Like, such a small creature is probably going to ingest a treasure bigger than its own body. Because that seems to be Pikmin 2 logic. And, yeah, I'm having to put up with this annoying voice cracking problem. Which only happens when I record. Maybe that's my Let's Play curse. Oh well, there could be worse curses. Okay, let's pick up that marble. I think that's kind of a cool theme they have in this dungeon. You actually find all 3 of the red, yellow, and blue big marbles. You find them in this dungeon. And in addition, you get the small cherry. And no! Why did I have to find a midnight in addition to these stupid? Oh, hey, I actually managed to stun one using a purple by mistake. Okay, I'll take it. In addition to that dwarf orange bulbor, the midnights showed up. I'm getting a lot of midnights in this run. Maybe I should start planning ahead for them. Also, that was really cool. The marble kind of reflected the purple floor. I wonder what that stuff is. Yeah, like, what was this stuff originally? Because this is supposed to take place on Earth. Like, what is this area? What are these little lights? And what with this trippy purple and blue sand stuff? I don't get it. It looks like something that could have appeared in that really bad movie with Keanu Reeves and oh man, what was his name? Damn it, Dennis Hopper. Oh man, Speed. I really didn't like Speed. This area, it seems like something from the last scene of Speed. Don't know why I just thought of that now. And also, apparently, Speed had a sequel, which was really bad, and I didn't even think the first one was good. You know, some people consider it like a classic for some reason that I can't fathom. Oh, here we are, Sublevel 6, the 4 that a lot of people hate. I, for one, don't hate it. It takes a long time, but I enjoy it because of the music. I really like this theme. In fact, I think that I have it downloaded somewhere. I forget how I found it. It some person told me it sounds like RuneScape. I don't know, I never really played RuneScape much. So we have a few blue candy pot buds on this floor. I think they're actually called lapis lazuli. Candy pot buds, really complex name. And we have a queen candy pot bud, which I'm going to use before we leave the sublevel. And there's an ivory candy pot bud from a white Pikmin too, so I'm going to be using that as well. As you can see, our treasure gauge is also flipping out, so there's going to be an Ant-enna beetle we have to track down. Don't know if we're going to find it, though, because we are kind of running a little bit low on time. Maybe I'll just explain more of what goes on in this area, I mean, in the sublevel next episode. There's poison, water, that's why you want whites and blues. I'll go into depth more in the next episode. So I'll see you then.